So tomorrow starts week 9, as in 9 weeks out from NPC Nationals. So I'm very excited because I have hit the single digits. Well, I'll hit the single digits tomorrow. As far as the next competition, it's just very exciting. Of course, competing at NPC Nationals, I'm trying for my pro card for the first time. So of course everyone hopes for a Cinderella story, and I'm absolutely no different. The one thing I think that'll work to my advantage as far as nationals goes is that instead of the typical 3 height classes that you see for bikini, there will be 6, and I will actually be in height class C as opposed to height class A. So I'm feeling super good about that because I won't be standing next to someone who's like 100 pounds. Not to say she doesn't look good, but she's also 5 foot. So, comparisons like that. So I think being in the 5'2.5" to 5'4" height class is going to work out really well for me, because for someone of my height, I have put on a fantastic amount of leg muscle. My shoulders and everything have capped out really nice. So I think I've kind of evened out my upper and lower bodies a bit more. The glutes, my glutes have definitely tightened up and are sitting a little bit higher. They look a little rounder, so I'm really pleased with that. As far as training goes, still hitting it, 6 days a week, twice a day. Although the major change in my training plan so far is that I have upped the cardio to 4 times a week, but my sessions are still only between 15 and 20 minutes. I have not increased the time yet. As I get closer to nationals, I see myself probably increasing cardio to 5 to 6 times out of my 12 sessions, so I'll include cardio 5 to 6 times in my 12 sessions during the week, and the longest I would do cardio at any given session would definitely be about 30 minutes or so. I'm continuing to PR and lift heavy and increase the rate. PR is personal record, by the way. So for instance, this morning I worked shoulders, and I PR'd, set a personal record at 75 pounds for 6 reps on the seated shoulder press, which made me really happy. I was very excited, especially because today's shoulders was supersets. So I'm kind of makes me wonder how I would do at a straight set workout, being able to rest a little bit longer, but not supersetting or circuit training my shoulders. So it may be something I give a shot when I get home. Speaking of home, this is my last video log here in Texas, and my next one will be when I am back in home in Georgia, pretty much back at work, which means more of my work stress, but I'll be back at my gym and my area with my home, my husband, my dog, my cat. So that'll take off the stress of kind of feeling a little lonely and stuff like that, but then I kind of get my work stress back. As far as nutrition goes, this week I changed my macro percentages. I'm at 40% protein, 30% carbs, and 30% fat. Up till this week, it was 30% protein, 40% carb, 30% fat. So not a huge change, but again, I'm shooting for more gradual changes as I get closer. Still doing the large salads for dinner, so no major carbohydrate sources. Following my PM weightlifting / possible cardio workout. Supplementation still pretty much the same. Still enjoying the ISO 100 milk chocolate by Diamond Ties for 106 calories and 24 grams of protein. Still taking more of the glutamine than I used to, and I'm still recovering from my workouts a lot faster. I'm definitely not as sore. My hamstrings are definitely really sensitive, and before I started double dosing on the glutamine, a hamstring workout would make me feel for 3 or 4 days that someone had taken razor blades to my hamstrings. So it was pretty much excruciating. And I used to pull my groin muscles a lot too, and I think it's just because those were sensitive. But the glutamine, extra glutamine, has definitely helped a lot, so I'm going to keep doing that. I'm getting ready to go home. I fly out on Friday, and the plan I have as far as how am I going to stick to my plan and travel. And one of the big things that I've heard a lot of competitors will do is that they will put their food in plastic bags. So I have a breakfast sandwich that I make with Ezekiel bread and, an egg and an egg white and one slice of Swiss cheese and mustard and sometimes avocado. So I was going to make that, put it away, and then possibly just, package up my chicken and like my steak in like 4-ounce portions in little bags, some rice and some vegetables, and see if they'll let me take it through security. The last time I traveled, I made a series of sandwiches from the Ezekiel bread, and the first sandwich was an egg sandwich, and then I used a turkey burger. It was made from turkey breast, so it was definitely white meat turkey burger, and I made 3 sandwiches like that, and they let me take them on, and I just wrapped them in saran wrap, and I was able to take them on to, through security and onto the airplanes and stuff. So it's definitely possible. You just have to consider the sorts of things that you're bringing. Just make sure that whatever you're bringing can't, you're not trying to slip a liquid through security, or what you have doesn't turn into a liquid. As long as it's not a liquid, you're generally pretty, good. If you can, taking a lunchbox works too. I just have too many bags. So they only let you have so many bags on the airplane. So that is my plan. I am going to baggie everything, and if they look at me like I'm crazy, I'll just let them know that I'm getting ready for, pretty much the biggest competition I've ever done in my life, and if they will be so kind as to let my bagged chicken through security, I'd greatly appreciate it. So that's pretty much it as far as the wrap up for this week. Just excited to go home. And I haven't lowered my calories or anything like that, so I've enjoyed definitely higher levels of energy than I did during the last competition prep. But I will lower them if I have to. But starting from such a high point, somewhere between 1,800 and 2,000, 2,200 calories, lowering from that point, I think will still leave me in a better state of mind and energy level than maybe someone who started at a lower point, or how I felt during my last prep when I started at 1,800 calories and was lowering from that point. That was definitely a lot tougher, and eventually you get to a point where it's pretty much unreasonable and a little dangerous to lower anymore. And so I'm trying to avoid metabolic damage as much as possible, just because I've had a lot of progress as far as what my metabolism is burning. Still eating nice and clean, keeping it simple here while I'm by myself. But yep, tomorrow starts week 9 for NPC Nationals in Fort Lauderdale this year, and I am so excited. So I'm definitely looking forward to things, and I hope you have a nice week and a nice weekend, and I will see you next time back in Georgia.